Varsity Stadium in Toronto. It's the Vanier Cup, featuring the Calgary Dinosaurs versus the Queens Golden Gales. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this great football championship. You know, there is nothing like an intercollegiate championship to really bring out the fever. It brings you an atmosphere unlike any other sporting spectacle I can think of. And I mean both in the stands and on the field. Queens was looking for rain. Guess what we're getting? It is rain. They hope to have it to try and help them stop Greg Vavra. The two contrasting styles, of course. Vavra and the Calgary Dinosaurs bringing that great passing attack and fine offense. For Queens, it's a defensive ball club, and that's how they hope to stop them. And they use the single wing formation, of course, and strictly run. They rarely pass. And so to take a closer look at these two and what I think is going to be a fine afternoon of action, both in the stands and on the field, let's go upstairs to Pat Marsden and Lee Pedersen.
Well, thank you, Bill. Hello, everybody. As Bill said, there is an atmosphere at a college game that you just don't see at the professional level. And really, it is a lot of fun to be here. The kids are running around the field. They're diving on each other. They're just having a big time, and the game hasn't even started. So the atmosphere is there, and we rather suspect that it's going to be a pretty good football game. Leif, tell us about these two teams.
Well, Pat, there's no question the Calgary Dinosaurs like to throw that football. Greg Vavra coming into this game, 2,800 yards in passing on the season. They use about a 3-to-1 pass-to-run ratio. He's got some good fellas to work with. Number 70, Josh Borger, 59 catches on the year. But the fellow I think could be the key for their offense today, number 20, Ken Zarka, only 28 catches on the year, but last week in the final against UBC, 9 big receptions. Queens, on the other hand, a more simplistic style. They rely on that tough defense, and offensively, I think they reflect the philosophy of their head coach, Doug Hargraves. They like to just grind it out with that running game, ball control style of offense, but you know, they can throw the football. They like to play action style. Ross O'Doherty, the slot back, averaging 30.1 yards a catch.
Well, Leif, you obviously know a lot about these two teams, and we're going to find out about it in the next couple of hours. But right now, we're going to go away and come back for the introduction of the lineups in just a moment.
And now we're ready to have the introduction of the two squads, the Calgary Dinosaurs, and you'll also have with us, of course, following the Calgary Club, the Queens Golden Gales. And now let's go to the public address system.
At nose guard, number 54, Bob Simpson. At right guard, number 64, Jim Bailey. At outside linebacker, number 42, Chester Kraloff. At inside linebacker, number 49, Doug Nyoff. At inside linebacker, number 51, Wade Buto. At outside linebacker, number 36, Brian Brantford. At cornerback, number 15, Jamie Armstead. At cornerback, number 21, Colin Sheedy. At defensive halfback, number 32, Darcy Kopp. At defensive halfback, number 34, Gary Calhoun. At safety, number 8, Brian McCauley. And the head coach of the Dinosaurs, Peter Connellan. And now, presenting the starting offensive unit for the Queens University Golden Gales. At center, number 57, Tom Stefopoulos. At left guard, number 53, Steve Porter. At right guard, number 59, Tony McDowell. At left tackle, number 58, Steve Hudson. At right tackle, number 54, Mark Oakley. At tight end, number 71, Jim Pendergast. At tight end, number 19, John Larson. At wingback, number 15, Ross O'Doherty. At fullback, number 30, Ted Bergeron. At halfback, number 26, Scott Sterling. At flanker, number 70, Scott DeCesar. The quarterback, number 12, Bob Wright. And the head coach of the 1983 C.I.A.U. Coach of the Year, Doug Hargraves.
Well, you can hear, I don't have to tell you, that the stands are ready. And especially, of course, the students from Queen's University have journeyed down from Kingston. That's the larger crowd, as you might imagine, for the simple reason they are much closer. And as a result, they are really whipping it up. And they are on the east side of Varsity Stadium, and they're ready, I'll tell you. And they have been down here since early this morning whooping it up. Now we will have, joining referee Bob Butler, at the center field, the team captains of the two clubs. The Calgary team captains are number 66, Dave Fordyce, and number 17, Greg Bavra. The Queens captains are 59, Tony McDowell, and 73, Phil Marsland. And they will now make the toss to see who is going to receive and who's going to kick off. So let's wait to see.
Dave Fordyce and number 17, Greg Bavra. Representing Queens today, number 59, Tony McDowell, and number 73, Phil Marsland.
Let's see if we can hear the toss and the instructions from the referee, Bob Butler.
Please, gentlemen. Calgary has won the toss, elected to defend the south end.
Calgary has won the
Queens
toss.
will receive at the north end of the field. Good luck, gentlemen, right away.
From the north end.
Well, there you have it. It is going to be Calgary. They won the toss. They will kick off. Queens will receive. The wind really is not a factor for either team. It is a bit of a crosswind, so I don't think it's going to help anybody, quite frankly.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to stand and invite you to join University of Toronto vocalist Gail Hakala, accompanied by the Applewood Heights Secondary School Band in our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, terre de nos aïeux, ton front est saint, de fiers en glorieux, car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Queens and Calgary are all set, and we'll have the opening kickoff in a moment. Well, now we have the official opening kickoff taking place, and we have the ball being held by Frank Ray, the Honorable Frank Ray, representing the government of Ontario. And the kickoff was made by the Honorable Celine Hervé Payette, the Minister of State for Fitness and Amateur Sport, representing the government of Canada. And so we have now had the official kickoff, and that was not a bad kick at all. So let's see how it goes within the football game. The teams are ready, the fans are ready, Pat and Leaf are ready, and here we go.
Well, thank you, Bill. We think this is just going to be a hoot. The kids are just going wild in the stands. Most of them, of course, from Queen's University, because Kingston is just couple-hour drive down the road from Toronto. But there are an unbelievable number of supporters for the Calgary Dinosaurs as well. So Queens will outnumber them. But I know the enthusiasm is equally big on both sides. The kickoff, and John Larson awaits it at his 10-yard line, drops the ball. And actually, number 15 is Ross O'Doherty, and he gets it out to the 25-yard line, and that's where Queens will put it into play. Okay, let's set up this Queens offensive alignment for you. At quarterback is number 12, Bob Wright. Ted Bergeron and Scott Sterling are in the backfield along with them, and they run what kind of an offense?
Well, they run a wing T. We haven't seen that for a long time, but as I said, they will go to that play-action pass. Look for number 71, Jim Pendergast. He's their leading receiver.
And Wright is sacked back at his own 17-yard line by Jim Bailey.
Well, Jim Bailey, he's the main pass rusher, 5 sacks on the season, and already they've got good pressure on Bob Wright coming up with the sack on the first play of the ballgame. Nice way to start on defense.
6'1", 220 pounds, right defensive end Jim Bailey was there to make the quarterback sack. The loss is 8 yards, make it 2nd and 18 Queens back at their 17-yard line. Wright puts it up, and it was very nearly picked off by Brian McCauley, the safety, number 8.
Well, tough place for Bob Wright to work from, 2nd and 18. He's going to Scott Possessor, his wide receiver, but watch number 8, Brian McCauley, from that safety spot. He has a real good chance to make that interception. He can hang on. Nevertheless, the Golden Gales will be forced to punt, and early in the first quarter, the Calgary Dinosaurs should take this ball around midfield. Excellent field position for Greg Vavra to start from.
Tim Petros, number 12, and Colin Sheedy, number 21, are back to receive the punt from Bill Barabo. And this is Petros. He gets into Queens territory to about the 45-yard line. And now we can have a look at the Calgary Dinosaurs offense, led by the player of the year, number 17, Greg Vavra. There's Tim Petros, number 12. Tony Spallettini, number 37, is the fullback. And there's a look at the receivers, led by number 70, Josh Borger. From the 45-yard line, the Calgary Dinosaurs have their first possession. The give is to Petros, and he fights his way for about 3 to 4 yards to about the 41-yard line.
Pat, we've got a very light rain falling at the present time. For it to help Queens, and they really would like it. They want a downpour. The fans are hoping they'll get it, except maybe the Queens supporters on the far side. They're the ones that wouldn't mind getting wet. But at the present time, it's not really a factor. It's very light.
Thank you, Bill, as you take a look at that Queens defensive line, and they have been very impressive in the latter half of the season. Vavra's pass is complete for the first down to the 31-yard line. Ken Zarka made the catch for Calgary.
That's the fellow we talked about in the opening, Pat. Ken Zarka, 9 catches. That big win over UBC last week, and it's always a nice way to start the ball game, to pick up a first down on your initial series, and good throw by Greg Vavra.
This is the first time I've ever had the opportunity of watching Vavra play. He certainly did have a nice delivery on that pass. Again, on the run, he throws complete. And that's Tim Petros down to the Queens 10-yard line. Tom Langford, number 44, was there to haul him down, but it's a 21-yard gain. And look at the delivery by Vavra.
Well, Tim Petros, he's really an all-purpose back for the Dinosaurs. 408 yards rushing on the season, but you know, he also had 37 receptions, so he knows how to get out of that backfield and into the pass pattern.
First down, Calgary at the Queens 10-yard line. And just over the outstretched hands of Ken Zarka.
Well, Greg Vavra really had him open deep in the corner of the end zone. I think Zarka just slowed up on the ball. Maybe the wind sailed it a little bit. I don't think he anticipated that too well, or he would have had a touchdown easily.
Well, he'll reload right now for second down. The ball is just outside the 10-yard line, so theoretically, Calgary could pick up a first down without scoring the touchdown. Touchdown, Dinosaurs. Number 70, Josh Borger. What a pass by Vavra. He laid it right on the line. And Borger just squeezed it for the touchdown.
Well, nothing fancy about this. Number 70, Josh Borger, their leading receiver. A hook pattern on the goal line, working against number 21, Jeff C.I.A.U. Works back to the quarterback, and first possession of the ball game. The Dinosaurs are into the end zone. Good delivery by Greg Vavra.
Well, what they said about him is true. He can throw the football.
No question. There you see it. 5 plays, and didn't take long for them to get into the end zone.
I'll tell you, it does not bode well for Queen's University because Vavra normally is cold at the start. They only scored 13 points in the first quarter during the season schedule, 96 of them coming in the fourth quarter. They're really a fourth quarter team.
Well, it's funny, Bill. That's just what I was thinking. So, you know, if they get off to a good start early, Queen's Bolt scales are really going to have to tighten down.
Greg Vavra's point after is good. And so with 11:19 left to play in the opening quarter, it is Calgary 7, Queens nothing. We'll be back in just a moment.
Here's Josh Borger, who took that pass for the touchdown. Josh, first of all, what was the play?
Well, we just seemed to run a double hook, me and Ken Zarka, and we got the guy going to the flats and just opened up across the middle there.
Well, Josh, the thing, of course, that you must be wondering is you got a quick touchdown. You don't normally score in the first quarter that much.
No, but that's what we really want to do this game was get off on the right track and put points on the board immediately to help us out, you know, and get us ahead. So now we can just keep on rolling. We know we can do it.
What did you think about this defense now? You've looked at the films, etc. What problems do you think that they will give you?
I don't think it's generating any problem. You know, they got 12 guys on the team playing defense, so, you know, every team we play's got 12 guys, so no defense they throw at us, you know, we just got to work at it, and that's all there is to it.
Josh, you came in as big favorites. Did you believe it?
No, it's just no favorites, no underdogs to me. We're just trying to come out here and work hard.
Good luck.
Thanks very much.
All right, the kickoff by Greg Vavra went for a single point, so make it 8-0 now, Calgary. As Scott Sterling carries for Queens and picks up a yard 2 at best. Jim Bailey, number 64, the defensive end, was there to bring him down.
Well, I'm sure Bob Wright wants to get his club moving. They fallen behind 8-0 and early in the first quarter, and boy, you don't want to let that Calgary Dinosaurs get out in front.
Well, now Queens again forced into a passing situation. They much prefer to run the football, although Bob Wright has had a good season and, as a matter of fact, a fine career. He can throw. Wright's pass is complete to Jim Pendergast, and he's got the Queens first down, and now a flag comes down on the play as well.
Going up 15, it's first and 10. Spearing, 3-4 red, 15's first down.
Spearing against Gary Calhoun. And look what this does now for the Queens Golden Gales chances. They are down to the Calgary 46-yard line.
Well, Pat, you said Bob Wright can throw the football that time, leading Jim Pendergast across the middle. And the Golden Gales have got something going.
The give is to Scott Sterling. And boy, I'll tell you, it is tough to run against that Calgary threesome of Jim Bailey, Rob Simpson, and Kent Warnick.
Well, that's for sure. They run that 3-4 alignment, and they get a lot of activity out of those 3 people you see on your screen right there.
Now, former CFL star Alex Ponton, who is spotting for us today, just points out what a great game and what a great-looking athlete Jim Bailey, number 64, is. Second down, 9 yards to go, Queens. Wright's pass intended for Pendergast is knocked away by Doug Nyoff, number 49. You know what, though? Bob Wright stands in there well. He dropped back, sets up nicely, had a good look, and it was just a good play by Doug Nyoff to knock it away.
Well, he does. He pays the price, though. He's stepping up in that market. He pays the price. Number 36, Brian Branford, got a good shot on Bob Wright.
Tim Petras, number 12, Colin Sheedy, 21, are back to receive this punt from Bill Barable. He averaged just about 37 yards a punt.
Well, they didn't pick up the they didn't pick up the first down, but they have a good chance to pin Calgary deep in their own territory.
Sheedy picks it up and gets to about the 15-yard line. So this time, Greg Vavra is going to start in a bit of a hole. But he was so impressive last time. They got possession at the Queens 45-yard line, and he just looked like a computer. Zip, 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 and he was in the end zone with the touchdown pass.
Well, I think the Queens secondary, they have to come up and play those receivers tight, bump them around a little bit, try to knock their rhythm off. You don't want to let a guy like Greg Vavra just get into a natural rhythm.
I've been told by a couple of pro scouts that if you can get in Vavra's face, you might be able to shake him up a little bit. Apparently, like most quarterbacks, he doesn't appreciate the pressure. This is Tim Petras. And Petras is out over the 25 to about the 27-yard line before Ian Deacon, number 27, brings him down.
Well, you know something, Pat, that UBC did in their Western final? They tried to get to the primary receivers, cut them off, and force Vavra to go to the secondary receivers. It was fairly successful. He still won, but it became quite a ball game.
Well, he's got the first down out to the 26.5-yard line. Pete Cannellan has done an outstanding job in this his second term as the head coach of the Dinosaurs. Again, Tim Petras. Petras isn't a very big fella, but I'll tell you, he gives it everything he's got and picks up back-to-back first downs for the Dinosaurs. Dave Dakers, number 42, was there to bring him down, along with Steve Bodner.
Well, his running mate, the fullback, number 37, Tony Spallettini, does an excellent job blocking for Tim Petras. And I've already told you, he not only can catch the football, excellent at running, picking up back-to-back first downs, as Pat told you.
Tim Petras' dad, Nick, who owns a restaurant in Calgary, is here for this ball game. The pass is incomplete, looking for Ken Zarka, and actually Kenny had it in his hands but couldn't hang on.
Well, you talked about Tim Petras' father being here. He owns the pizza parlor across from McMahon Stadium where the Dinosaurs play. Do you think he's a popular guy on the team, Tim?
It is second down, 10 to go. Calgary, the ball at their 36-yard line. And the ball goes out of bounds, looking for Randy Dye. But Vavra overthrew him on the sideline with John Corrigan providing the defensive coverage. I was just going to say, Bill, I hope sometime during the game we can show the fans the defensive alignment for the Queens Gales, because it's the most unusual you'll ever see. They play the safety back about 30 yards from the line of scrimmage and play virtually everybody on the line at some time or another.
That's what I was going to talk about. Hargraves calls it his 11-1 defense.
Say, I wouldn't like to be John Corrigan, the fella back there. He'd never get to see himself in the film sessions.
Vavra's kick is an end-over-end run. And Fenning gets the ball out over the 50 to about the 52-yard line, and so that's where the Queens Golden Gales will take over when we come back. It is Calgary 8, Queens nothing, and we will be back in just a moment. We're back at Varsity Stadium in downtown Toronto, where the Calgary Dinosaurs and the Queens Golden Gales are battling it out for the Vanier Cup right now with 7:05 left to play in the opening quarter. Calgary leads it 8-0, but the Golden Gales have the ball at their 52-yard line with a first down. White is going to put it up, and does, to Ted Bergeron. And Bergeron is down to the Calgary 36-yard line for a big Queens first down before Darcy Kopp, number 32, was there to bring him down. 22 yards the pickup. Bob Wright to Ted Bergeron.
Well, we talked about the play-action passing they would use last time. They played receivers downfield. Bergeron able to sneak out of the backfield, and that's a good offensive play.
First down, Gales at the 36-yard line of Calgary. This is Scott Sterling, and Sterling gets to about the 25 for a pickup of very close to 6 yards. If, in fact, they give him the 25, or the, excuse me, let's spot the ball at the 30-yard line. Brian Branford, number 36, brought him down.
Well, if they're able to establish that running game now, they could really keep that dinosaur defense off balance.
Second down and about 5. Again, this is Sterling. And Sterling got to about the 27-yard line before he's hauled down by Wade Buteau, number 51, the defensive captain of the Dinosaurs.
Well, here's a decision for Doug Hargraves. It's going to be about a good yard, maybe a little more short. Let's see if he'll gamble on third down. Excellent play by the linebacker, Wade Buteau.
I think he's got to go for it. Down 8-0. It is early in the ball game, but, you know, you want to give your club some momentum. What would you do, Coach?
Well, I think I'd go for it. I agree with you. Why hold back? You're at the Vanier Cup, and your team's driving. You had a pretty good series the last time. Now, if you can ever get that first down and take it in, well, what a lift that would give his ball club.
Talking to Coach Hargraves before the game, and he looked very, very relaxed. I said, Doug, I said, you look like you're almost confident. He said, well, he said, there's no point in worrying now. What can I do about it at this late stage? So
he had the entire family, Pat, with him at the Vanier Cup dinner and dance, and just enjoyed himself thoroughly.
Well, that was probably because you emceed it, Bill. That's why he enjoyed it. Look at this. Ross O'Doherty picks up big yardage and gives Queens a first down in around the 15-yard line. Jamie Armstead, number 15, finally forced him out, but it's an 18-yard pickup by Ross O'Doherty.
What a fake to Ted Bergeron into the line. That really froze everybody, and Ross O'Doherty was able to get outside. And good gamble by Doug Hargraves. His offense is moving.
First down, Queens at the Calgary 14.5-yard line. Wright's going to put it up to the end zone. Oh, and the pass was dropped by O'Doherty. In fairness to the young fellow, he did slip in the end zone, but he'll be thinking about this one for a while.
Oh, he will, Pat. I think he could have. It would have been a great catch, but I think it's one that Ross O'Doherty would tell you he should be able to make. And gosh, what an opportunity. Passed him by.
Ted Bergeron, number 30, was shaken up on the play. He leaves the field. Clark comes on as Bob Wright had an opportunity to chat on the sidelines with Coach Hargraves. And he's back in there now to quarterback the Gales on 2nd and 10 at the Calgary 14.5-yard line. Dinosaurs lead at 8-0 here in the first quarter. Flags are down. Wright's pass, he tried to force it in there to Pendergast, but Jamie Armstead broke it up.
Well, there's no question. Number 19, John Larson, the tight end, jumped offside, and I'm sure Calgary will elect to decline this penalty. Let's have a look. He's going to Jim Pendergast in the end zone, and of course, not able to come up with the catch. Good coverage there by number 50, Jamie Armstead, the corner.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 10, and the Dinosaurs come up big defensively, and they will force the Gales into a field goal try. Bill Barable's field goal attempt will come from the 21-yard line. John Corrigan, number 18, is the holder. And it is good. Barable connects from 21 yards out. The Golden Gales hit the scoreboard. And now with 4:07 left to play in the opening quarter, it is Calgary 8, Queens 3. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, if you're going to be in Vancouver this Tuesday, why don't you drop over to BC Place, the new facility where the Grey Cup game will be played, because they're going to have the largest luncheon in the history of man. They're trying to get it into the Guinness Book of Records. It's a kickoff luncheon. It is open to the public. It takes place this Tuesday in Vancouver. So drop around. I know you'll get a kick out of it. Favre under pressure. His pass goes incomplete. He was looking for Josh Borger. There is a flag on the play.
Well, I think number 44, Tom Langford, the linebacker, a little over-anxious there, gave Favre a knock out of bounds, and the officials trying to protect those quarterbacks.
Goal with the helmet. First down.
Well, it was Tom Langford, and the 15-yard penalty will move the ball to the Dinosaurs' 50-yard line.
There's a great crowd here today, isn't it?
Oh, it's got to be very close to 20,000 people, which certainly would be the largest crowd that I've seen at a university championship.
You know, I came down here on the subway this morning at 10:30, and all the Queens supporters were on that subway, and they were having a great time.
There's probably a bigger crowd because Queens is playing than if University of Toronto were involved. Tony Spallettini, number 37, the ball carrier, and he gets into Queens territory to about the 54-yard line before Tom Langford brought him down.
Pat, you're talking about the crowd. This is the largest Vanier Cup crowd that we've ever had, and it is at least 20,000 because they're into an end zone. But there was 25,000 for a championship game, an intercollegiate championship game back in the mid-70s.
Right, that was played at Exhibition Stadium here
Correct.
in Toronto. This is Tim Petrus. And he's finally brought down by John Corrigan, number 18, the safety.
And what a block he'll get from number 37, Tony Spallettini. Watch, he kicks out the end there. Good cut by Petros, and he's having himself a heck of a first quarter.
The ball is inside the Queens 35 at about the 34. First down, Dinosaurs. Pass is complete to Petrus, and he gets to the 25-yard line before Jeff Kyle, number 21, brings him down.
Well, Tim Petros putting on a one-man show here in the first quarter. Greg Vavra, of course, mixing up his plays pretty well, trying to keep that Queens defense off balance. He's done a good job doing that.
Second down, about a yard to go for the Dinosaurs at the Queens 25-yard line with 2:20 left in this opening quarter. Again, this is Petrus. Oh, this kid is really impressive. Inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line, John Corrigan brings him down, number 18.
Well, we can't say enough about number 37, really. Tony Spallettini, he's just making some excellent blocks. A huge hole for Tim Petros to run through. Excellent blocking by that Calgary Dinosaur line as well.
Well, with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in the opening quarter, the Golden Gales have called a timeout. They are reeling right now. Petrus has carried the ball 5 times for 66 yards. He's caught 2 others for 29. So already in this first quarter, he's picked up 95 yards of offense. Well, the All-Star game, of course, takes place this Saturday following the Grey Cup, and we will have it for you here on CTV with Frank, Dale, and all the fellas out there in Vancouver. You and I will be down playing a little golf at that time down in Palm Springs.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Vacation?
Well, I'm looking forward to the vacation. I'm not looking forward to the golf.
Well,
I'll tell you,
I may
gentlemen,
make a little money.
Yeah.
forgetting your golf, I think that All-Star game could be one of the more interesting games. The All-Star game, as everybody knows, is being plagued by weather. Remember every one of them, and we've done some. The weather has killed them. This is one year. There's going to be no weather. The greatest in the CFL will be able to show their wares. I think that's the big plus for it this year.
First down, Calgary. The ball is at the Queens 8-yard line. Dinosaurs lead it 8-3. Vavre's going to put it up. He's got a man open, and it is knocked away by John Corrigan as Josh Borger was open in the end zone momentarily, and then Corrigan came across very neatly to knock it away.
Nice job by number 18, John Corrigan, the middle safety. Coming with the blitz, he has to pick up the third receiver, which was Josh Borger. He just did an outstanding job. Coming at the last second to tip that ball away. It looked like a touchdown. Boy, so if he picks that thing up, he's gone a long way.
And again, that one was very nearly picked off by the cornerback, Mark Burley, number 8, intended this time for Randy Guy. So let's give Queens full value for coming up with a stout defense, as Vavre twice went to the end zone, and twice it was big plays by the defenders.
Well, I suggested the Queens defense would have to play those receivers really tight to the line of scrimmage. That time they did when they were backed up at their goal line, and 2 outstanding plays in a row.
We've got 1:43 left to play in this opening quarter. It is Calgary 8, Queens 3. But Vavre now will try to get that 3-pointer back for the Dinosaurs, as his field goal try will come from the 15.5-yard line.
You know, I think it was an astute move by Doug Hargraves to call that timeout and just settle his defense down and make sure everybody was on the same page what they were going to do, and I think it paid off.
It is good. Vavre connects from 16 yards out with 1:25 left to play in the opening quarter, and the Calgary lead is increased to 11-3. You know what? It's been a really interesting football game this first quarter.
Well, we've seen some good defense, and of course, a pretty diversified attack from the Calgary Dinosaurs. We knew they liked to pass the football, but they've really run the football exceptionally well with Tim Petros. And you know, Queens could have had that touchdown with Ross Doherty in the end zone. Couldn't hang on, but we've got an 11-3 ball game, and Queens has been pretty effective on offense. Let's see if they can put a drive together here.
Bob Wright threw 13 touchdown passes this year, and he's going to put it up right now if he can get it away. Actually, all he did was unload the ball. It was a pretty good move by Wright because Jim Bailey was all over him, but they will call it an incomplete pass. He was simply trying to save the yardage that he would lose if he was sacked by Bailey, and he just unloaded it and got away with it.
You know, it's difficult sometimes to get that pressure on the quarterback with a play-action scheme, but you're right, Jim Bailey and Rob Simpson and Ken Warnock, that front three are getting through there.
Warnock, who is number 90, is just a sophomore, so you can imagine what kind of a college career he's going to have. 2nd and 10, Queens from their 35. This one was thrown up for grabs, and what an interception by Wade Buteau at the 45-yard line. A one-hander by the linebacker. What a magnificent play.
Well, credit that to the pressure they were able to put on Bob Wright. He just does not have time to set up and throw. He slips, and Wade Buteau, what a one-handed catch. That's just a tremendous interception. Calgary Dinosaurs get the first turnover of the ball game.
So the Dinosaurs, who lead it by 8 with just 35 seconds left to play in this first quarter, are back in Queens territory. Petros, he's got a big first down, and he's down inside the 25-yard line to the 22 before Jeff Kyle, number 21, rode him out of bounds. A good-looking play by the Dinosaurs.
You know, Pat, when we get that rushing game going with Tim Petros, then you go to the play action, and coming out of the backfield, great catch. But number 70, Josh Borger, their leading receiver, he's also a blocker downfield. Excellent block on number 44, Tom Langford.
Vavre's pass is caught by Josh Borger, and he'll be very close to another first down, and in fact has it for the Dinosaurs. Mark Burley, number 8, and Rick Prinzen, number 25, bring him down. The pickup is 14 yards. It is first, and touchdown to go, Dinosaurs. The ball at the Queens 8-yard line. And this will be the final play of this first quarter. The pass is no good, intending it for Tim Petros. It was knocked away by, or rather the intended receiver was knocked down by Ian Deacon, number 27, as the first quarter comes to an end with Calgary out in front of Queens 11-3. We'll return with the second quarter in a moment. 11-3, the Calgary Dinosaurs lead the Queens Golden Gales, with Calgary having second down at the Queens 8-yard line. And take a look at what happened statistically in the first quarter, and you see that Calgary had a distinct advantage by over 100 yards, 158-51. Vavra's pass is incomplete. Again, looking for Josh Borger. Borger and Vavra, as you can tell, are pretty close. He throws to him an awful lot, and maybe that's because they're duck hunting partners, or maybe the fact that they're roommates on the road, so they know each other well.
And if you're roommates, you're in his ear all the time about throwing to me. I know all about that. As soon as Tom Clements was traded to Hamilton one year, I asked if I could have him for a roommate.
You know what? I've heard that. It is true, though,
sure,
that receivers trying to become
receivers,
roommates.
they nestle up to those quarterbacks in a hurry.
Vavra has already kicked one field goal this afternoon. He will try for his second right now. There's not a heck of a lot this kid doesn't do. I mean, he kicks, he punts, the quarterback, and he ties very neat bows.
Boy, he sure does. I tell you, that's a lot of work there to kick a field goal.
From the 15-yard line. And again, he is good. So the Dinosaurs jump out in front 14-3 early in the second quarter.
Well, the Calgary Dinosaurs have really put a diversified attack together. And how about this one tomorrow?
Well, we're having fun here today, but we'll be working tomorrow, I'll tell you that, because that should be a great football game.
They have Toronto as a 9-point favorite, but the talk around town is it's anybody's ball game.
Bergeron, the ball carrier, gets to the line of scrimmage, not much further. It is really tough to run the football on this Calgary defense, as we've mentioned. But we hope you'll join us tomorrow, and I'm sure that all football fans will. The Toronto Argonauts and the Hamilton Ticats to see who goes to the Grey Cup. Second down, just about 10 yards to go again for Queens. Trailing 14-3. White hangs it up there, but fortunately he threw it far enough out of bounds, nobody could get to it.
Well, they're getting pressure on Bob Wright. Number 90, Ken Warnick, that time, right in Bob Wright's face, and he had no choice but to throw it out of bounds.
So the Gales will be punting, and back goes Colin Sheedy, number 21. And Tim Petrus is back with him, number 12 as well. Bill Barable will be punting for Queens.
Calgary Dinosaurs slowly starting to dominate this game on defense, doing a good job.
Oh, good punt by Barable. Petrus is back to his 27. He's a good-looking little athlete, isn't he?
Boy, is he ever. You know, their special teams just did an excellent job that time setting up the wall for him, but it makes no difference unless you got the guy that can run it. And Tim Petrus just having himself a heck of a first down.
47 yards the punt by Barable, but watch this 35-yard return.
Well, they set up the wall to the wide side of the field, and it just looks like a picket fence. Look at them all lined up there. They just do an excellent job blocking, but as I said, you have to have the guy that knows how to run the football.
Spallettini, the ball carrier. He's got a first down and lots more. And Spallettini is inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. John Corrigan, number 18, finally brings him down.
Well, the fellows on the left side of that offensive line, Darren Olson, Cam Hodgson, and Tom Spallettini, Tony's cousin, they just do an excellent job opening a big hole for him. He doesn't get to run the football too often, but sure takes advantage of his opportunities.
First down, Dinosaurs at the Queens 29-yard line. And this is Petrus again. Petrus is inside the 25 to about the 22-yard line.
You know, Pat, this is tough on a defense. Here the Queens Golden Gales come into a ball game just expecting Calgary to throw almost on every down, and now they put together such a good running game today. They've just got the Queens Golden Gales totally off balance.
I would think that some of my pals up in Ottawa, namely Ronnie Stewart, Lou Bruce, Gary Schreider, they're sitting there biting their nails right about now because the Gales are in trouble. Pass goes to Petrus, but this time the Gales contain him at about the 20-yard line. Ian Deacon, number 27, made the stop, along with Tom Langford, number 44.
Pat, of the players you were talking about, all former great Queens, of course, players, Lou is in the stands. He was at the banquet last night, and he was down here and undoubtedly is amongst the crowd trying to cheer on this Queens club.
So the Dinosaurs pick up the first down. Vavre's pass. Is it intercepted or not? Yes, they say it is a catch. John Corrigan comes up with the interception. And when you take a look at this one, we'll come back and show it to you. You'll be amazed at how he was able to come up with the ball. It is Calgary 14, Queens 3. We'll be back in just a moment.
John Corrigan, a key knockdown of a touchdown pass, and now a great interception. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What were you looking for from Vavre?
Well, it's hard to watch when there's a man where a quarterback's not used to him being. So he's watching the other coverage man, and it's hard for him to pick up me. So I pick up garbage like that all the time.
It must be tough, though, against somebody like Vavre, the best passer you've seen, I would think.
Yeah, it's very difficult. We were looking forward to having a good day. I mean, if it's going to be a good game, I want it to be good conditions for both teams. So we'll just have to see what happens now. Good luck. Thank you very much.
Well, Scott Sterling carried the ball for Queens and got up very close to the 20-yard line before Colin Sheedy cut him down, number 21. And he'll be very close to the first down marker. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to bring the chains out.
Well, the Queens Golden Gales, they needed something good to happen to them here in the second quarter, trailing 14-3. They got the interception from John Corrigan, and now a good running play by Scott Sterling. Good block up front by Ross Doherty, but they've got to put a few first downs together and try and get themselves back in the ball game.
I'll tell you one thing, they are very fortunate that their defense has played as well as it has, because this game should be out of reach right now. The Dinosaurs have dominated it offensively, but they've been down inside the Queens 10-yard line on 3 occasions and didn't come up with a touchdown.
How about that interception by John Corrigan, though? He just took that right off the ground. Just an excellent catch. Could have had 2.
I think that one of the most interesting things is through the week, Hargrave's statement when talking about the passing game of the University of Calgary. He's been saying, well, he says that's like touch football with helmets. So they decided, well, we'll show them we can run the ball, too.
It's second down and inches for Queens. Wright carries it himself and picks up the first down. You know, you mentioned Doug Hargraves. Doug and I go back a long way. He was a flight instructor in Moose Jaw, and I was one of his students.
Now, were you
Well, I'm glad it was Moose Jaw, not overseas.
Were you trying to protect our country or what?
Let me tell you, we never had one Russian fighter ever invade us in Moose Jaw. But Doug was a fine pilot, and it's funny, he doesn't go the aerial route here. He believes in running the football more than throwing it. But we'll see what his quarterback, Bob Wright, elects to do right now on first down. He handed off to Scott Sterling, but Jim Bailey was there to haul him down immediately, number 64.
Well, you mentioned Doug Hargraves. He likes to use that grinded-out style of offense, but, you know, when you're trailing in a ball game, it's really tough. They have to, I don't know if they have a drop-back passing system. It seems to be all play action, but when you get in second and long situations, you're not going to fool too many people with that play action. Let's see what they use here.
It is Calgary 14, Queens 3 here in the second quarter. The pass is complete to Bergeron, and he's brought down immediately after gaining maybe 2 yards at the most. Doug Nyoff, number 49, read the play well and was there to make the tackle.
Well, see, you try to isolate on a linebacker there on 2nd and long, and the play action, he just didn't fool Vanier off at all, and he was able to make the play easily.
So Tim Petras, number 12, who has had just a tremendous first half of play, drops back along with Colin Sheedy to await this punt from Bill Barable. End over end ball that bounces off Petras out of bounds at about the 49-yard line of the Dinosaurs. They lead it 14-3, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Now I'd like to tell you how the academic side follows football in universities in Canada. Dr. Norman Wagner, who is the president of the University of Calgary, you haven't missed a Vanier Cup now or a championship for how many years, Doctor?
It must be about 12 or 15, Bill.
And you're enjoying this one thoroughly, obviously.
So far, I'm enjoying it a lot more than I have some others, I'll tell you, but it's a long game.
Well, still, your club normally comes on in the second half.
Well, we're a second-half team, so we're just warming up, and we're ready to go.
All right, thank you very much. Congratulations, Doctor. The president of the University of Calgary, Dr. Norman Wagner, who, by the way, is sitting with Roger Jackson, the president of the Canadian Olympic Association.
Well,
Okay, Pat.
I don't know who's got the deeper voice.
This is Petras, and look at the speed and agility of that young man as he is down to the 10-yard line, finally hauled down by Rick Crimson. But take a look at Tim Petras on a brilliant 56-yard run.
Well, they've really been able to establish a running game today. They've had the Queens Golden Gales off balance. Their defensive line is just on their heels. And look at Tim Petras. He's just had a heck of a first half. I don't think he would have believed he'd been able to run the ball this effectively.
This is Spallettini. And Tony fights his way to about the 5-yard line. Well, the Dinosaurs really having things their own way in this first half, leading at 14-3, but could well be up by another 8 or 10 points. I say 8 because on 2 occasions they picked up field goals where they might have had touchdowns. Pete Cannellan, he's got to be happy. The head coach of the Calgary Dinosaurs, a little upset, I'm sure, that Tony Spallettini was banged up on that play. But Cannellan, as the head coach, this is his second term. He was back as an interim head coach a few years ago and then came on this year to lead the Dinosaurs to their great victory in the West.
Well, he sure has an exciting team to watch. It's just a pleasure to watch that offense operate, and defensively they've been awfully sound today as well.
It'll be second down, about 5 yards to go. Just outside the Queens 5-yard line. Vavra's going to put it up. And his pass goes incomplete. Looking for number 27, Joe Stambini, who came in to replace Tony Spallettini.
By the way, Pat, Tony Spallettini apparently is all right. It's the ankle, but he seems to be walking on it fine now. But what a future this kid's got. He's only 17. He was Rookie of the Year in the Western Intercollegiate Association this year.
Well, he's a tremendous blocker. He's really paved the way for some of those big runs by Tim Petras here in the first half. But, you know, that's the third time Queens has been backed up at their own goal line and have kept the Dinosaurs out of the end zone. Greg Vavra, another field goal attempt. There's Tony Spallettini. Excellent job blocking. It's a big one, too, 220.
Well, again, Queens comes up big defensively and deny the Dinosaurs the touchdown.
Well, here's a fellow that can do it all. Watch, he's got an excellent stroke on these field goals. Nice and relaxed.
The 13-yarder is good. He is 3 for 3. Greg Vavra is in the field goal department. And he increases the Dinosaurs' lead to 17-3 with 7:46 left to play in this first half. Well, we couldn't do this telecast without mentioning Mike Newens, who is Kenny Newens' son, and Mike is the manager of the Dinosaurs, and he's here in Toronto for the trip of a lifetime for him, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure Ken's watching. We'll say hello to our old pal out in Calgary, Ken Newens. Boy, the Queens Golden Gales, they just have to get something established here.
The pass intended for Scott Bissessel, number 70, goes incomplete. How do you pronounce Scott's name?
Possessor.
Possessor?
They're having a tough time. The Calgary defense, you know, all the talk's been about their offenses coming into this ball game, but the defense has been so sound today. They just haven't let Queens get anything established in that play action passing. Very difficult when you're behind by 14 points.
Pass goes to Scott Sterling, and he picks up a couple of yards at most. Kent Warner.
We've got Tim Petros here. Tell me, you're doing a lot of running and some great running, but isn't this unusual for your club offensively?
Yeah, it is a little bit with the field conditions the way they are. Receivers have a bit of trouble getting out in their pattern, so we're going to try and run a bit more right now.
Did you not come into this game planning to run?
No, we didn't. Well, we have a balanced offense. Usually, the more we go to the throw, the better.
Okay, away he goes. Hey.
Well, as a matter of fact,
I'm going to go out and block for him.
Bill,
okay?
I tell you what, if I was Petros, I'd make you go out there and return his punt.
He just got onto the field in time as Colin Sheedy takes the punt and returns it to the 38-yard line. Oh, that was one of the great ones.
I'm getting out of there.
Yeah, I would think so.
Would you like to see old Crazy Leg Stevenson out there?
I tell you, I played touch football one day against him. He's got, well, not good speed. I guess you'd describe it as
it's
slow
the move.
Speed.
He was the only one playing touch with equipment on, though.
All right, first down for the Dinosaurs. What a fine pass and a great reception by Borger, who is down into the Queens 36-yard line before John Corrigan brought him out of bounds. But watch the touch on this pass from Vavra to Borger.
Well, you're absolutely right. He had to get this over the defender and just feathered it in there perfectly. Well, I'd like to check with Bobby Layden on Greg Vavra's stats up to this point. He's had himself a super first half as well.
Picked up 122 yards.
Well, he's only 7 for 17. I would have assumed he was a little better than that.
But you know, he delivers the ball well, Layden.
Sure does.
This is Petros. And Petros picks his way to the 30-yard line for a pickup of about 6 before Ian Deacon, number 27, and Steve Bodner, number 56, bring him down.
You know, all we heard about all week is the ball control style of offense that the Queens Golden Gales had, but boy, had the Calgary Dinosaurs ever controlled that football this afternoon. Running, passing, they just really had everything their own way.
I'm just thinking of Bill interviewing Tim Petros, and then Tim saying, I've got to get out of here. Second down, 4 yards to go. Dinosaurs at the Queens 30-yard line. Toss goes to Petros again. And he's got the first down and more to about the 21-yard line of the Golden Gales. Rick Prinzen, number 25, was there to haul him down.
Now, Steve Bodner, the defensive tackle, had a good shot to make the play, but he couldn't. And Tim Petros just keeps piling up that yardage.
It is 17-3, Calgary leading it with 5 minutes, 15 seconds left to play in this first half. A half that has been dominated by the Dinosaurs. Again, Queens denies Calgary because with the interception is Jeff Kyle, number 21. How many times can you get down there and not pick up a touchdown?
I'll tell you, that can backfire on them too, Pat. We've seen it so often when a club dominates the game and then doesn't go in, they can get into real trouble.
Well, he's looking for number 20, Ken Zarka, but excellent position on the football by number 21, Jeff Kyle. And once again, as you say, they're fortunate.
So the Gales have a first down at their 10-yard line. Ball carrier is Ted Bergeron, number 30, and he explodes up very close to the 20-yard line. Darcy Kopp, number 32, is there to make the stop.
Well, you know, even though Queens is making the interceptions and taking the ball away from the Dinosaurs, they're playing on a long football field. Each time they've had the football, they're going to have to go 100 yards or more to get into the end zone with a touchdown.
Pete Harrison, number 14, has replaced Bob Wright at quarterback. The give is to Scott Sterling, and Sterling doesn't get very much, but he may have sufficient yardage for the first down, and does. Well, obviously, Coach Hargraves on the sidelines was not happy with what he was seeing in that Queens offensive set, so he makes the substitution, goes to Pete Harrison, number 14, in place of starter Bob Wright. And this is number 15, Ross O'Doherty. And O'Doherty will be very close to another Queens first down and probably has it. Jamie Armstead forced him out, number 15.
Well, excellent ball handling by Pete Harrison. The fake to Bergeron into the line. A little flip to Ross O'Doherty. He fools our cameraman for a minute there, and he picks up a block from Scott Sterling and has himself a first down.
Well, the Gales started at their own 10. They are now out to the 31-yard line. First down. Well, there was contact certainly before the ball got there, but there is no flag. The pass was intended for Jim Pendergast. And it was Brian McCauley, number 8, who made contact.
Well, the Queens fans are a little upset, as well as Jim Pendergast. He felt that Brian McCauley came over the top a little too early.
Yeah, there's no question he did.
The officials, nevertheless, did not call it. I'll tell you a little about Pete Harrison, a third-year phys ed student, and he's 6'2", 178 pounds, so he has that height to see over the lineman and try and pick out his receivers.
The screen is set up for number 19, and that is John Larson. But again, read very well by the Dinosaurs. Number 73, that's Tom Pack, making the stop. It is 17-3, Calgary over Queens. We'll be back in just a moment. More than 18,000 in attendance here at Varsity Stadium, watching a very impressive display by the Calgary Dinosaurs, who lead the Queens Golden Gales 17-3 with under 3 minutes left to play in the second quarter. The punt by Barabo sails out of bounds, and let's see where they mark it. They're going to spot it at the Calgary 43-yard line.
Trish Sylvester is the female trainer, one of the trainers of the University of Calgary. And remember, we had a female trainer with the University of BC Thunderbirds last year. I'll tell you, things have sure changed in college ball, haven't they, Lee?
They sure have, Bill. No female trainers when I was playing, and that's not that long ago.
Oh?
This is Petrus again. He runs right into the arms of Ian Deacon, number 27, but he has very close to 5 yards on the pickup. Incidentally, there are a couple of sons of former CFL players with this Calgary unit. Defensive back Tyler Robinson is the son of former Calgary defensive back Larry Robinson, and offensive guard Peter Oler is the son of former British Columbia quarterback Pete Oler. So they come by their football abilities honestly. The pass is complete to Josh Borger for another Calgary first down. Ian Deacon was there to make sure that he didn't get up and go.
You know, Pat, the differences between the two teams. Calgary goes to that short spread out or rollout style. Very difficult for the Queens Golden Gales to get pressure on Greg Vavra. On the other hand, Queens using that play-action drop-back style. He's a standing target, and Calgary's been able to put pressure on the Queens quarterbacks.
Tim Petrus. All right, I want to ask you something now about this Queens defense where the guy stands 30 yards from the line of scrimmage. To me, what you're doing is you're playing 11-man defense against the 12-man offense.
Well, I kind of agree with you. I think he's a little too far back to be effective, you know, but statistics don't lie. He was their leading interceptor on the season, and I guess he's able to come back. He's 30 yards off the line of scrimmage, but I guess he's able to come up and play the pass pretty well from back there.
Well, I'll tell you, he can't force the run from there, though, can he?
I don't think so.
Tim Petras, again, the ball carrier. He's inside the Queens 35. We're about the 33-yard line. It's another Calgary first down.
You know, it's funny you talk about John Corrigan playing back so far. One of the things there he is, you see him way back there in center field. One of the things I remember about playing university football was it's so much fun to watch the film sessions after the games, but he's never going to see himself way back there.
It is first down for the Dinosaurs at the Queens 34-yard line. They've been inside the 10 on 4 occasions and didn't get touchdowns. Petras gets to the 30-yard line for a pickup of about 4 as the clock winds down to 1:19 left to play in this first half. Jeff Kyle, number 21, and Steve Bodner, number 56, are there to make the stop. Well, I tell you, what a first half for Tim Petras. He has carried the ball 14 times for 172 yards, and we haven't completed the first half yet. Another turnover, and this time the interception is made by John Corrigan, his second of the ball game.
Well, we talked about him being so far back, but he's able to come up and react on those pass patterns. When you're that far back, you can see everything develop in front of you. He gets a tip ball from number 27, Ian Deacon, and he's Johnny on the spot to make that interception. I guess that's why Doug Hargraves hasn't back that far. Watch him read the pass, comes over at the tip. That's his second interception of the ball game.
1 minute exactly left to play in this second quarter. The flag comes down as Ross O'Doherty picks up very close to first down yardage, but we'll see what the penalty is about.
Mouse guard warning, 57 goal, second down.
Well, each player in Canadian intercollegiate football has to wear a mouth guard, and the official was just saying if they had a warning, someone, number 57, did not have the mouth guard in place, and I think that's a good rule.
It's second down, a yard to go for the first down. O'Doherty is going to throw it, and they rule that the reception was made out of bounds by Scott Bessesser.
Scott Bessesser, but a little trickery here as Ross O'Doherty on the pitch. Let's have a look at his feet. Well, he's got that left foot out of bounds. Excellent call by the official. He's right on the spot. Had the ball led him inside a little farther, they had the Calgary Dinosaur defense completely fooled. Nobody was near Bessesser at all.
So with 38 seconds left to play in the second quarter and Calgary leading at 17-3, the Gales will be punting. Colin Sheedy and Tim Petras are back to receive his fruit by Bill Barable. Petras takes it at his 42 and gets to the 45, and that's about as far as he'll go. And Sheedy may have been injured. There was a late block on him by number 59, Tony McDowell, but he's up and running off under his own steam.
Well, you know, Tim Petras, 172 yards in this first half. He only had 408 yards rushing on the whole season, so tells you what kind of game he's having.
Dinosaurs have the ball at their 46 with 29 seconds left. Pass is complete to Randy Guy. He'll have a first down, and the Dinosaurs are now in Queens territory.
Well, they're into their hurry-up offense now. I believe that's Randy Guy's first catch the ball game, but with 24 seconds left, they have time to at least get themselves in field goal position.
Randy Guy again, the receiver, and this time he's inside the 40 to about the 39-yard line for another first down with 17 seconds showing on the clock and a timeout called by the Calgary Dinosaurs. Boy, they can move the ball in a hurry, can't they?
They sure can, Pat. And you know, the fellow that caught the last 2 balls, number 14, Randy Guy, he only had 19 catches on the season this year, but you know, in 1982 in a game against the University of Manitoba, he had 18 catches for 150 yards and 3 TDs in one game. That's not a bad day's work.
Boy, oh boy. Well, Greg Vavra has the Dinosaurs in at the Queens 39-yard line.
Pat, we will be having Greg Vavra right at the whistle of halftime and talk to him for a couple of minutes before he goes in the dressing room. Anything you want me to ask him?
Well,
I'll give you a chance to be part of the interview.
Well, the thing is this, I know that you've got so many questions that mine would probably be redundant, so I'll just let you ask them.
just make sure he's not late for his meeting in the locker room, Bill.
Ah, nice guys.
Well, there's Greg Vavra. We heard a lot about this young man, the Heck Creighton Trophy winner, and boy, he sure hasn't disappointed us here in the first half. Mixed his plays up so well, but it's so easy for a quarterback when you can get that running game established. It certainly opens up that passing game.
Greg was in the camp of the Calgary Stampeders and the Edmonton Eskimos this year. He's dropped back at the 40-yard line. That's the first sack of the ball game. And it goes to Steve Bodner, number 56.
Well, the Golden Gales can thank their defense. They're only trailing by 14 points here in this first half, but time and time again, they have made the big play defensively. No bigger play than that. They are right now, I would suspect, out of Greg Vavra's field goal range.
There's another timeout, too, that Vavra has just called for Calgary.
Right, you're allowed 2 timeouts a half in university football in Canada. Of course, in the pros, you're only allowed 1.
Speaking of pros, we'll be at that game tomorrow at C.I.A.U Stadium, the Argonauts and the Hamilton Ticats. And I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to that game, Pat.
All right, let's have a prediction from you.
Well, I have to go with the Toronto Argonauts. I mean, they're 12-4. I don't see how you can go against them.
But you know, Leaf, we were out on the field yesterday talking to some of the Ticats. I haven't seen a squad as confident as Hamilton is. They scare you because they think they can do it.
Well, they're in an enviable position, Bill. They're the definite underdogs, and they had the tie, of course, with the Concord to get them in. A big win last week in Ottawa. So if momentum is a factor, they certainly have some coming into the playoffs. But, boy, I don't like to argue against a team that's 12-4 on the season.
No, there's no doubt that they are the better club on paper and man for man and on their season's play. But in a sudden death game with someone like Brock, anything can happen.
Well, you're sure right there.
Vavra's pass is caught by Ken Zarka, number 20. And he gets out of bounds at the 35-yard line, which is well short of the first down. Vavra is switching shoes, so he's going to go for it. It'll be a 42-yard field goal attempt. And it comes with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Well, with what wind there is here today at Varsity Stadium, I think it'll be not favoring him anyway. A little crosswind, really, but will not help him on this kick. We'll see what kind of leg he has.
I'll tell you what kind of a leg he has. Vavra has hit from 53 yards out. That's his longest. This kid can do many things.
Well, there you see the flags here at Varsity Stadium. A little breeze. As I said, more of a cross breeze than anything else.
But it's funny, the moment you mentioned the breeze, it did kick up a little bit and blew our notes around.
What breeze? There's no breeze here.
From the 42-yard line. High pass from center. Vavra puts it up. And he is short, and the Gales are going to get out of this half, it appears, down by just 14 points. And if you've been with us since the opening play, the Dinosaurs have completely dominated the game, and yet they're only ahead by 2 converted touchdowns. The score at the end of the second quarter of play, Calgary 17, Queens 3.
All right, I'm waiting right now for Greg Vavra to join me as he comes across the field. This is the Heck Creighton Trophy winner, of course, the outstanding player in intercollegiate football this past year. Greg Vavra, it is congratulations on our behalf being picked the #1 college player, and it must make you very proud.
Well, it does, but we're in the middle of a football game right now, and we're not playing as well as we can play, so
if it comes together in the second half, it'll be a good day.
What's been the problem in the first half?
They've just been doing a super job down under the goal line. We moved the ball quite well inside the 25, and then they come up with a big play. They're getting a lot of tip balls, and they're ending up in their arms after the ball is tipped. It's just a matter of luck, but right now luck is on their side inside their 25.
Are you having trouble throwing the ball, handling it?
It's really tough to throw on the break. We've got a lot of timing patterns in our offense, and it's a matter of getting back 5 steps, setting up, and throwing the ball. We're having trouble doing that today, so it's throwing the timing off a little bit.
That's why you're going to the run more than most people anticipated?
Yes, and Tim Petros is just having a fantastic day. I think people underestimate his running ability, and he's doing a super job for us, so as long as that keeps working, there'll be no problem.
Greg, your reputation has always been you're a second-half man. What's the reason for that?
Well, we just know what we have to do, and we have an excellent coaching staff that will get the feel of the game in the first half, and we'll be able to go to some stuff that they haven't seen in the second half, and that's exactly what we plan to do today. We've barely shown half of our offensive scheme, so you can look for more in the second half.
We'll see the rest of the second half. Thank you very much, Greg Vavra.
Thank you.
Greg Vavra, who is the Heck Crichton Trophy winner, the #1 player in Canadian intercollegiate football. So the score is the University of Calgary 17, Queens 3, and this is the Vanier Cup. The festivities for the Vanier Cup started in midweek. Some of the highlights were the Coach of the Year Award. This is the Frank Tyndall Award, Ron Wolchuk of the Old Crow Society. The committee who make the selection was also the presenter of this award.
So what does this all add up to? In 1983, the defense was redesigned using 1982 rookies, a new middle linebacker backfield. Holes were filled in the offensive line and in the backfield. They lost an All-Canadian. Despite this, they were ready to win, and win they did. Thanks to a low-key head coach, once again, the school tradition for winning could be pursued. I'm, of course, speaking about Queen's University and Doug Hargraves.
Thank you, Bob. As Darwin Samodiak just told me, and I always like to give credit where it's due, this is the first time in 35 years of coaching I've ever had a standing ovation. Everybody, I'm honored to be among the recipients of this trophy, particularly because it's named after a person who is very, very important to me. Unfortunately, Frank always said, I want to be there when you get it. And I said, well, I'm not going to get it this year, Frank. I've got a guy in mind who should have it before me. And he, unfortunately, took my word for it and probably never listened to me again.
The Old Crow Society
Let's hear it for Doug Hargraves.
is made up of the Carleton football alumni members. They select the Coach of the Year.
Well, they've turned the lights on here at Varsity Stadium, and Tim Petros very nearly turned the lights out on Queen's University. What a first half he had.
Well, he sure did, Pat. There's no question. We knew the Calgary Dinosaurs had an awesome passing attack coming into this ball game. What we didn't know was about Tim Petros and that rushing game that they put together. They just have done an excellent job in the first half. But, you know, the interesting thing, he can also catch coming out of the backfield. Here on their initial possession of the ball game, Tim Petros out of the backfield, a little reception, and he turns it into a nice 20-yard gain down the sidelines. But what they've done more than anything else is kept that Queens Golden Gale defense off balance. As I said, the first possession only took 5 plays to go 45 yards, and it culminated with this pass on a hook pattern to his Greg Vavra's favorite receiver, number 70, Josh Borger, an 11-yard touchdown. And what a great way to start the ball game. The initial possession, they get out to a 7-0 lead. But the story, as you say, has been number 12, Tim Petros. 14 carries, 172 yards in that first half. But he's had a lot of help from this offensive line and that big fullback, number 37, Tony Spallettini.
Well, it's 17-3, but it could have been a lot more except for, I'll tell you, big plays defensively for Queens. But let's look at Petros again because, boy, this kid can move.
Well, he sure can. Good blocking up front for Cam Hodge in the center. And the rest of those fellas, they call the Hogs on that offensive line for the Dinosaurs. But there he's off and running 56 yards. And what a story. He's been the whole story in this first half. But you're right about the Queens Golden Gale defense. 17-3. It could have been a lot worse except for some of the plays by their defense. Number 18, John Corrigan, his second interception right here.
Well, Queens is still very much alive because of their defense. They trail at 17-3. This is the Vanier Cup 83, and we'll have the second half in a moment. Well, there's the score at halftime, 17-3. The University of Calgary Dinosaurs leading the Queens Golden Gales. Interesting to note that the Dinosaurs lost 2 exhibition games, then they lost their first 2 games of the year, and then they reeled off 7 consecutive victories. They're looking for number 8 this afternoon, and they're halfway home.
Well, sometimes it takes a little team to gel early in the season, and I guess that's the case with the Dinosaurs because they're on a roll with those 7 wins in a row, and certainly pulling out all the stops here in the first half. Just an excellent display of offense and good defense as well, Pat.
Interesting to note that the Golden Gales won 4 games this year, and in their conference, Concordia and McGill, along with Carleton, all won 4. So that was a very, very tight conference that Queens was able to win. And then, of course, they knocked off the University of Toronto last week. Look at the statistical story. 363 yards for the Dinosaurs, only 102 for Queens. Let's go to Bill Stevenson.
Well, it is a great pleasure to have with me the Honorable Roland Michener, former Governor General of Canada, and the President of Queens, Dr. Watts. And, Your Honor, you're here for more reasons just to watch a football game. You're rather interested in Queens.
Well, indeed I am. And I'm also an Albertan, so I have a double interest. But my dominant interest today is Queens. I recall, 7 years ago that Queens won the National, and when I was Chancellor there, and I'm rather hopeful they might do it again.
Well, great. Dr. Watts, how do you feel about the game?
Well, I think Calgary are very impressive and powerful, but I'm very proud of our boys. With no stars, they've come a long way, and they have a habit of pulling it out in the last half. So, and I'm delighted to see the whole university here to back them.
Well, it's a great crowd. It's the biggest crowd we've had for the Vanier Cup.
This is a great game for football. This is my favorite football game because it's played by amateurs and it's played well. Worth coming to see.
Oh, it definitely is.
I think the whole of Queens is here by the look of the stands.
You know what is interesting to me, and that is that the academic side, you two gentlemen are so interested in football being a part of the university system.
Yes, well, it's a good university game and it's coming on well.
Obviously, it's a large part of Queens, Doctor.
Oh, it certainly is. You know, we're proud of our high academic standards, but our students are all-rounders.
Thank you very much, Dr. Watts. Your Honor, Roland Michener, 2 very fine gentlemen joining us for halftime. We're ready for the kickoff. Patrick, it's yours.
All right, thank you, Bill. Jamie McKinnon, number 31. John Larson, 19, back to receive the kickoff by Greg Vavra, as the Dinosaurs are just 30 minutes away from their first ever Vanier Cup victory if they can hang on to this 14-point spread. Listen to the noise here at Varsity Stadium. They let the ball bounce between them. Finally, Larson picks it up. And look at this. Larson is all the way out to the 53-yard line after a mix-up between Larson and McKinnon. He finally was able to pick the ball up and get out very close to midfield. 48 yards to return.
Boy, Pat, how many times have we seen that happen? A miscue on the catching of the kick return, and the defense just seems to let up a little bit. Excellent return by John Larson. They got great field position to start this second half.
Peter Harrison will start this second half at quarterback for Queens. The give is to Bergeron, number 30, and he gets into Calgary territory at about the 53-yard line.
Well, you know, we've said all along the Queens Golden Gales very fortunate to only trail by 14 points, and a tremendous place to start their first drive of the second half. And, you know, if they can ever put something together, there's certainly 14 points is not very much to come back from.
Second down, 6 yards to go. The toss goes to O'Doherty, and he has the first down. O'Doherty fought his way beyond the marker, close to the 46-yard line, before Jamie Armstead, number 15, was able to haul him down.
Well, you see the fans here from Queens in full support today. They're happy with the way things have started here, but that little fake to Ted Bergeron holds the linebacker just long enough that when you pitch it out, he has room to run.
Ball is spotted right at the 47-yard line of the Dinosaurs. Harrison passes it to O'Doherty. And O'Doherty is very close to another first down for the Golden Gales. You know who he reminds me of a little bit? Reminds me of Stewie.
He's got those fast feet. Everything's churning all the time. But once again, a good system by Pete Harrison and Doug Hargraves. They've talked about things at halftime. They probably said if we get that good fake in the line, we can freeze everybody, and that's what they've been able to do and get that running back outside.
Second down, less than a yard to go. Golden Gales at the Calgary 37-yard line. Again, this is O'Doherty. But this time he does not pick up the first down because Wade Buteau, the defensive player of the year in university football, was there to haul him down about a yard deep in his backfield.
Well, I honestly thought, you know, with all that play-action passing that Queens likes to use, that would have been a perfect opportunity. Now they find themselves once again in the third down gamble, and no question, they'll go for it.
Third down, about a yard and a half to go. And Scott Sterling is going to be close, but I don't know if he made it. Colin Sheedy, number 21, was one of those there to halt his progress, and the Dinosaurs are saying they stopped them, and I believe they have.
Well, it certainly looks that way from our vantage point. And you called it right, Pat. Number 21, Colin Sheedy, got that good penetration, and I think he stopped them short of a first down.
The Dinosaurs defense comes up big, and the Golden Gales will turn the ball over at the Calgary 37.5-yard line.
Well, that's got to be frustrating for Queens to have the ball second and just a couple of feet to go for a first down, 2 tries, and they turn the football over.
Greg Vavra had 168 yards passing in the first half. Let's see how he comes out here in quarter number 3. Gives to Tim Petrus. And Petrus is down to the 31-yard line. John Corrigan was the only thing between Tim Petrus and the goal line.
Well, let's have a look. Same play they've been running all first half. Just that off tackle with the fullback leading. And Tim Petrus just does an excellent job running the football. Very good. Once again, another look. His offensive line doing a good job opening those holes. And with a 14-point lead, if you can keep running the football, boy, that's to your advantage.
42 yards, the run by Tim Petrus. First down, Calgary, and this is Petrus again. And this time he gets inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line. Gary Kynick, number 50, was there to bring him down. Pickup was about 4 yards, so make it 2nd and 6. Calgary. Vavra's toss goes to Petrus again. And Petrus has the first down to about the 17-yard line. He's approaching the all-time rushing record for this Vanier Cup.
Pete Cannellan, he has to be pleased with the way his offense has performed this afternoon. Really takes the pressure off when you don't have to throw that football on every down, and shows a lot of confidence in your rushing game. On 2nd and 6, when you go to it, pick it up.
First down, Calgary at the Queens 17. Again, this is Petrus. But this time he runs right into the arms of Tom Langford, number 44.
Well, it seems as though every time Queens gets backed up and they're deep in their own territory, they seem to come up with the defensive plays to keep Calgary out of the end zone. That time, an excellent job by Tom Langford. Be interested to see now on 2nd and long if they start to bring a few linebackers. They really haven't done much blitzing in this ball game. And this would be an excellent opportunity. They've got to put some pressure on Greg Vavra.
Petrus has gained 283 yards running and passing. Queens only has 116. Flag comes down as the toss goes to Petrus. And it'll be a procedure call against Calgary.
You know, Craig Watson, the left guard, was a little
Line
eager.
6, Calgary, down repeated.
That wind you were talking about earlier, Leaf, is now starting to pick up, and it's at the back of Queens. And you know, the rain that Queens had hoped for, the few drops at the beginning of the day, or the beginning of the game, just haven't added on to them because we've had no rain since the early part of the game, so it has not been a factor at all. Although, as you can see, it's very slippery out in the middle of that field.
Well, the players in intercollegiate cannot wear the long cleats, so they're all wearing pretty much AstroTurf shoes, and when it gets a little greasy and slippery out there, they have great difficulty keeping their footing.
Well, the second down will be repeated. It'll be second and about 11 and a half for the Dinosaurs. Ball is spotted at the 19-yard line. Vavra is dropped back of the line of scrimmage. Langford took a block on the knee, and he was shaken up momentarily. But it was Joe Valenti, number 51, who will get credit for that quarterback sack. Vavra was able to elude the initial pressure, but then Valenti wrapped him up.
Well, they're trying to set up a screen pass here, Pat, but the offensive linemen have to hold those blocks just a little bit longer before they slip out on that screen. They didn't do it. Joe Valenti comes up with a heck of a play. He initially read the screen and sealed off the back, so Vavra had nobody to throw to.
Well, again, Queens comes up big defensively. It's amazing how the Dinosaurs have been able to move the ball so consistently up and down the field, except when they get in to Queens territory.
Notice how we have a new field goal kicker, too, Pat. Darcy Kopp.
They ran in the pass from center, was fumbled. And they will call it grounding back at the 35-yard line. Tom Langford was in all over Lou Lorick, who had bobbled the pass from center, and Queens again dodges a bullet.
Oh, they sure do. Lou Lorick's the backup quarterback.
All right, it's a 17-3 score. Calgary leading Queens. We'll be back in just a moment. Referee Bob Butler called it intentional grounding. Queens takes over at the 35, and when we're talking about officials, Jack Gurney, the C.I.A.U. football referee-in-chief, who organizes these officials, is missing the game this year for the first time, recuperating from surgery at home in Ottawa. So we wish Jack well and hope that you're enjoying the ball game. All right, it's now very important for Queens to get something moving. This third quarter is marching right along. 8:55 left to play. They trail by 14 points and now face a 2nd and 7 situation from their own 38-yard line. Toss goes to O'Doherty. And he has another first down. I can't tell you how much he reminds me of Ronnie Stewart, when I see him run the football. 21 yards to gain before Darcy Kopp, number 32, forces him out.
Well, they've had great success with this option play, and Ross O'Doherty just does a heck of a job running the football. A little fake inside, and he picks up a much-needed first down at this point.
O'Doherty has rushed for 79 yards this afternoon. First down, Queens right at midfield. And this is Scott Sterling. Sterling gets into Calgary territory to their 50-yard line, where Brian McCauley, number 8, throws a horse collar on him to bring him down.
Well, as long as they can keep getting that good yardage on first down, they can be successful with that style of offense, but they have to get at least 5 yards. They picked up 5 on that play. Let's see what they go to.
O'Doherty. And he's got another Queens first down. He just got inside the 45-yard line. And again, it was McCauley, the safety, who forced him out of bounds. This could turn into a barn burner. 17-3. Calgary leads it right now, but the Golden Gales are on the march with 7 minutes, 40 seconds left to play in this third quarter. More than 18,000 here at Varsity Stadium in downtown Toronto. Harrison wants to put it up. And it's tipped away. There were as many Calgary defenders over there as there were pass receivers.
Well, that's a ball that should not have been thrown. Pete Harrison had nobody open downfield. A young quarterback, you have to learn to just eat the football or throw it away. Not throw it up for grabs when you're trailing by 14 points, but give him time. You'll learn about that.
Ball is just inside the 45-yard line as the wind really picks up again. This one is intercepted. Gary Calhoun, number 34, comes up with the interception for the Dinosaurs.
Well, once again, a pass that should not be thrown. He threw it up for grabs and pays the price. It's Gary Calhoun on the tip. He comes up with the interception.
So it's 17-3. Calgary leads it. We'll be back in just a moment. We mentioned before, we're in downtown Toronto, and right across the street, some of the folks are out on the balconies watching this game. More than 18,000 are in the stadium, though. And they're having a good time here this afternoon.
Boy, you got to have good eyesight from that building to see the field from there.
From the 35-yard line, the Dinosaurs begin. Toss goes to Tim Petrus. The flag comes down as Petrus gets over the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Rick Crimson, number 25, is there to haul him down, and we've got a holding call against the Dinosaurs.
Rick Crimson and Mark Farley, penalty flag.
37 red before yards were gained. First and 20.
Well, that's Tony Spalletti, the fullback. He's done an outstanding job blocking today. That time, though, got caught for a little holding.
You know who I want to mention? Jack Newman, the sports information director at the University of Calgary, has done an outstanding job in feeding the press all the information they needed this week. And I know that Jack's mom and dad are watching in Saskatoon. He wanted me to say hello to Mr. and Mrs. Newman.
Yeah, he's been extremely helpful all week.
Yes, it was a pleasant change from last year when the fellow from the University of British Columbia may as well have stayed home.
He didn't give us a lot of help, did he? But no. I'll tell you, who did a good job right there was number 42, Dave Dakers. He was able to finally get some penetration on Greg Vavra, not able to throw the ball in the set position. Boy, they got to come up with more of a scheme similar to that. They've got to get to Vavra.
So it's 2nd and 20. Calgary back at their 25-yard line. Oh, fine pass by Vavra right on the money to Borger. And he will be very close to the first down, but appears to be a couple of yards short. They had to pick up 20, and it looks like he came up with about 18.
Well, Queens gambling with the blitz, and that leaves man-on-man coverage. Rick Prinzen against Josh Borger. Borger wins that battle.
But they do come up 2 yards short, so Greg Vavra comes out to, or rather drops back to do some punting. Only the second punt of the ball game for Calgary. This is John Corrigan, number 18, and he gives Queens possession at their 45-yard line with 5 minutes, 37 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
Well, he's had some kind of game, hasn't he, John Corrigan? 2 interceptions, a knockdown in the end zone. One of the major reasons why the Golden Gales only trail by 14 points here in the third quarter.
This is Scott Sterling. And Sterling picks up about 6 yards over the 50 to the 51 before Doug Nyoff, number 49, brought him down. Darcy Kopp, number 32, was there as well.
Well, as I said earlier, Queens is getting excellent yardage on these first down plays here in the third quarter and find themselves with about a 2nd and 4 here. And this is where you can either run it or go to that play action.
Well, Harrison kept it himself, but Jim Bailey hopped on him and prevented the first down.
Well, the Calgary Dinosaurs have seen this type of option play now for a few series. They're starting to make the adjustments. The defensive halfbacks are stringing the play out, forcing the quarterback to run. And Jim Bailey did an excellent job fighting off the block to make the play.
Bill Barable will be punting for Queens on 3rd and about 3 yards to go.
How about a fake right here?
Well, you know what? Why not?
No,
I mean, the ball's up around midfield, but they won't. They're going to punt it, I think. Puts it high and to the sidelines. Now let's see where they rule it went out of bounds. Well, it'll be in Calgary territory, and that's where the Dinosaurs will take over when we come back. They lead at 17-3, and we will be back in just a moment.
Ross O'Doherty is the key to the running game for Queens that has been bending the University of Calgary, but hasn't quite broken through. But you're far from out of it, Ross.
Yeah, I'd say, you know, we're not out of it yet. Still plenty of time. Running game's going. As long as they seem they can't stop the option. So we're just gonna keep coming at them with that.
You think that your running game can break through on them, though?
Yep. You know, as soon as they cover the option, then we'll just counter with that, and hopefully we'll gain some.
All right. Good luck, Ross.
Thank you very much.
First down from their own 20-yard line for the Dinosaurs. This is Petrus. Boy, there was a tremendous collision at about the 24-yard line. It was Tom Langford who's played himself some kind of football game, the linebacker, number 44.
Boy, we sure have mentioned his name a number of times today. And good hit there, puts the shoulder in, drives it back, keeps those legs working, and that's a nice play.
Langford is 6'1", 190 pounds. Petrus is 5'10", 180. That was quite a collision. Picked up 5 yards, however. It is 2nd and 5. Dinosaurs at the 25-yard line. Flag comes down. Queens may have been offside. Petrus was the ball carrier again to the 29-yard line, but it was offside Queens. So they'll take the 5-yard penalty because they came up about a foot short of the first down on the run by Petrus.
6-0 Queens, offside. It's going to be a first down.
So the 5 yards does give them the first down. Chris Carty, number 60, was offside. Actually, I think they meant number 50 because that'd be Gary Kynick. That's the first down for the Dinosaurs in this second half. And again, the flag comes down.
Wow, what an excellent play, though, by Steve Bodner, the defensive tackle. He just slashed down and was able to bring down Tim Petros for the very minimal gain on the play.
And actually, let me correct something. That certainly was not the first down because the Dinosaurs had a pretty good march where they were nullified by the Queens defense. Well, at least my old pal Alex Totten is doing a good job today.
46 Calgary, pushing from the rear, declined, second down.
Make it 2nd and 10.
So it'll be 2nd and 10, Dinosaurs at their 30-yard line. We've got 3 minutes, 5 seconds left to play in the third quarter. And it's the same score that we had at halftime, 17-3. Favre's pass is complete to Randy Guy. And Guy is very close to the first down marker. Placement of the ball will be all important here, as Mark Burley, number 8, was there to bring him down. But it is a first down for Randy Guy.
Well, you know, Pat Hargreaves said defense got us here. Defense has certainly kept them in this game. And if Queens is going to come back, it's going to be defense that must get the credit because they have kept it tight.
No doubt about that, Bill. From the 42-yard line. This is Petrus. He's out over the 45 to about the 48.
Hey, no, Bill, I think you make a good point there, but as we're closing in on the end of the third quarter, I think the Queens defense might have to start gambling just a little more on some passing situations the Dinosaurs find themselves in. Bring a couple of those linebackers, try and get to Greg Vavra, maybe make him throw before he's ready, and maybe pick up an interception.
You have to think, though, Leaf, about that amazing statistic. 13 points in the first quarter all season long for Calgary, 96 in the fourth quarter. So you kind of wait, are they going to explode as they always have in the past?
Well, Petrus does not pick up the first down. He crossed the 50 to about the 51, but Jeff Kyle was there to pin him.
You see a little mud there, a little grass that Tim Petros picked up on that run. The turf here a little soggy here at Varsity Stadium, but good defensive stand by the Golden Gales. They forced Greg Vavra into a punting situation.
You know, Tim Petrus has 288 yards of offense this afternoon himself. That is, incidentally, the all-time Vanier Cup record for total offense. He's closing in on the single-game rushing record as well. John Corrigan with the punt return to the Queens' 43-yard line, but there is a penalty flag on the field.
You know, Pat, it's interesting.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, 17 red. First down.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Greg Vavra.
I hope he didn't do it to a lineman. But, you know, I was going to say the Queens Golden Gale Band will be performing in the annual Macy's Day Parade next week at the American Thanksgiving next Thursday.
The Gales need some offense. It was a tremendous catch. They rule he was out of bounds. Scott Bissesser pushed off the defender, but caught the ball out of bounds.
Well, let's have a look. We have an excellent shot of it down the sidelines. Colin Sheedy providing the coverage. A little bump there, but, well, I'd say
the ball, well, actually, they ruled that the ball came loose as he hit.
Excellent call. That's true. Boy, he made a good effort to come up with that catch, though. Scott Bissesser.
You really get his name out well, and I can't say it at all.
Every year, there's always one guy we have trouble with. Last year, it was Delorier for me.
The catch is made by John Larson, number 19, and it'll give Queens a first down at the Calgary 45-yard line with 39 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
Hey, that's the best ball that Pete Harrison's thrown all day. He just zinged that thing in there, stepped up in the pocket, and that's a nice throw.
Harrison tosses it out to O'Doherty, and O'Doherty picks up about 9 yards. Darcy Kopp, number 32, is there to bring him down.
Well, you heard Ross O'Doherty tell Bill Stevenson that the Dinosaur defense was having difficulty stopping this option play, and he's right, as they really freeze that outside linebacker and have plenty of room to get the ball outside.
It's been an interesting football game, but it could turn out to be a great one if Queens could get a touchdown here to cut the lead to 7 points. Harrison is going deep, and it was very nearly picked off. A fine defensive play by Brian McCauley, the safety.
I think they were kind of anticipating that play with the play action finally on a short down situation.
So that's the end of the third quarter. The Calgary Dinosaurs lead the Queens Golden Gales 17-3. We'll return with the fourth quarter in a moment. That's the scene here at Varsity Stadium. Over 18,000 watching a very entertaining football game as the Queens Golden Gales, with third and a yard and a half to go for the first down, will go for it. Harrison keeps it himself, got to the 35, and that will be a first down for Queens. Pete Harrison came on in relief of starter Bob Wright. And the Queens Golden Gales defense has kept them in the ball game to this point. Now it's incumbent upon Harrison and that offense to score some points if they want to get back in it, trailing by 14. O'Doherty. Oh, a good block by Scott Sterling. As O'Doherty got down to about the 27-yard line, he'll be a couple of yards short of the first down.
You know, Pat, the outside linebackers for Calgary, they've got to do a better job if they want to stop this play. That's our number 36, Brian Bradford, the outside linebacker. He just comes crashing in. He's got to string out that play, and make Pete Harrison run the football. Don't give it to O'Doherty. Make Harrison make the play.
2nd and 3, Queens. Harrison's pitch out this time was low, and Sterling could do nothing but fall on the ball.
Hey, Pat and Leaf, get a lot of who I got here. Ralph the dog, all the way from the Stampeders, and Rex the dinosaur. Now, these strange fellows come from Calgary. One is from Calgary University, the other's from the Calgary Stampeders. Well, Ralph, too bad you're not in it, eh? Oh, well. You're down here, and you're doing pretty well with the winner this time, you hope.
Bill Stevenson.
See how much fun it is here?
Yeah, you're the one in the middle. I just wanted to point that out to everybody.
I tell you,
nice crowd.
You've been big on Sesame Street.
My friend.
Got an injured Calgary dinosaur on the field. The training staff out attending to him. And while we've got a stoppage in play, let me tell you that Tim Petras has just established 2 records here at Varsity Stadium this afternoon. 243 yards rushing, and that breaks the record established last year. Glenn Steele, 236 yards. And Petras also has 294 yards total offense, and that is a new Vanier Cup record.
Well, I remember the game last year that Glenn Steele had. He just had an outstanding, very similar type of running back to Tim Petros, and they both have that ability to follow their blocking and make the right cuts at the right times. And
John Harvey is the gentleman with the big cast on that's so colorful. John is the middle linebacker. Tough time. John got injured in the last game. That was the Western Final in BC. But what about this game going on now, John?
Well, we're playing tough. Our D-line's playing good, and we're holding them there. We just can't score, but we're hoping we can now.
Well, now, why haven't you been able to score? Is it because this defense is the toughest you've seen this year, maybe?
Oh, I don't know about the toughest. It's certainly unusual, but well, we've been inside the 10-yard line 4 times. We still haven't come up with a major, so hoping we'll put one in.
Well, it's giving you a problem. We'll see what happens in the 4th quarter.
Okay, all right.
Thanks, John Harvey.
Chester Crawla, the injured dinosaur player, is all right. He was helped off and is fine now. The catch is made for a Queens first down at the 20-yard line by Jim Pendergast. What a big toss by Pete Harrison.
Well, let's have a look. Outside does an excellent job screening off that defender to make the reception. Boy, they pick up a much-needed first down at that point.
So it is first down, Queens at the 21-yard line of Calgary. The toss goes to O'Doherty. And he was wrapped up by Brian McCauley.
Well, there's the female trainer of the Calgary Dinosaurs. She's doing a good job working on somebody's ankle.
All right, the pickup was about 7 yards. It is 2nd and 3, Queens. They give it inside. And number 32 is Clark.
Well, the Queens Golden Gale fans, there you see them. They finally got something to cheer about. Pete Harrison has put together a pretty impressive drive here, mixing up both the pass and the run, and they're knocking at the door at the 6-yard line.
First and goal to go. This is O'Doherty into the end zone for the touchdown. the ball game right now. The Queens Golden Gales have come back. They have shut down Calgary here in the second half, and now they pick up their first touchdown. And if the convert is successful, they'll trail by only 7.
Well, you heard the president of Queens University tell us they were a second-half football team. Apparently, this seems to be the case.
Bill Barable will try the point after. And they get the 2-pointer. John Corrigan didn't put the ball down. He just took off and picks up the 2 points. And now they're within 6.
Let's have a look. No intention of kicking the football. A good fake by John Corrigan. And he gets it into the end zone with 2 points. But what allowed him to do that was an excellent run by number 15, Ross O'Doherty. Once again, that linebacker crashes down, leaving Sterling out the block in front of him. O'Doherty into the end zone. Queens is back in the ball game.
It is Calgary 17, Queens 11, 12:38 left to play. We'll be back in just a moment. That's a look at the Queens contingent, and they are back in this ball game, trailing by just 6 points. 12:38 left. Barable's kickoff will be handled by Petrus. And Petrus, with a fine return, gets it out over the 45 to about the 47-yard line.
Well, if the Queens Golden Gales can ever come back and win this football game, of course, they're only trailing by 6 points here in the fourth quarter. They have to thank their defense. They certainly have kept them into this ball game with those interceptions by John Corrigan and just some real tough defensive stands inside their own 10-yard line.
Let's watch as Greg Vavra now goes to work. The player of the year in college football. His pass is complete to Randy Guy for a big first down into Queens territory at the 48-yard line. As they say, there's one sure way to quieten down a crowd, and that's move the football against them. Vavra completed that pass to Randy Guy for a first down into the Queens 48-yard line with 12:10 left in the ball game. Vavra's pass goes off the hands of Josh Borger.
Well, that was a good throw by Greg Vavra. Josh Borger coming across the middle just could not hang on to the football, but he ran an excellent pattern to get himself open against number 21, Jeff Kyle.
I just want to mention and give a plug to the Alberta Energy, who gave the Calgary Dinosaurs $5,000 so that they could bring everybody down. All the players on the roster are here.
Yeah, I like that. That's nice.
Oh, what a fantastic catch by number 5, Mike Shiraska. Well, we were close on that one, weren't we? Mike Shiraska.
Greg Vavra just steps up in the pocket, and what a super catch. Mike Shiraska, number 5, 21 receptions on the year, 16.2-yard average, and he just makes an outstanding play to come down with that football.
Shiraska's first catch of the ball game gives Calgary possession at the Queens 27-yard line. It is Calgary 17, Queens 11. We'll be back in just a moment. Pete Cannellan on the sidelines talking things over with his club, who have now put together an impressive drive. The big catch by Mike Shiraska gives Calgary possession at the Queens 27-yard line. A flag comes down. We may have an interference call here, but let's see who it goes against.
Well, Pat, Ian Deacon gave number 12, Tim Petros, a push down the sidelines there, and let's see how they call this.
Well, they say the flag was dropped in error, and I think the reason for that, Leaf, may have been that he was out of bounds and then came back onto the field of play.
Oh, that's a good observation, because that's what did occur. And so thus he would be ineligible to catch the football. Nice going there, Pat.
Thank you.
But, you know, this is the real test for a team. They've been scored upon, and Greg Vavre's got them down. They've got to finally finish off a drive.
The pass is knocked away. A good play by Rick Prinzen. The intended receiver was Ken Zarka. But Prinzen did a good job to knock it away. Now it is 3rd down, 10 yards to go. And Vavre will try a field goal.
What a super effort by Rick Prinzen. Ken Zarka feels he was interfered with, but no chance. He just came over the top and knocked that ball away. Nice play.
I'd like, while we've got a moment here, just to mention this fact that when the ball goes back to Queens, if they're going to come through and score, it's going to be because of Ross O'Doherty and Pete Harrison. They're two boys out of St. Catherine's High School. They both went to school in St. Catherine's together, and so they have moved in, and number 14 Harrison and number 15 O'Doherty with that triple option. That's the thing that will confuse that Calgary defense, and that is what's going to have to come through offensively if Queens are to do it.
Well, that's true, Bill. Bob Wright could not get the team moving, but Pete Harrison came on in the second quarter, and he's been doing a pretty good job.
The field goal try by Vavre is good, and what a big one it is. His 4th of the ball game, and now it gives the Dinosaurs a 9-point spread.
Well, there you see it, 4 field goals. Only one missed today. That was that 42-yarder late in the second quarter, so he's 4 for 5 with a new Vanier Cup record. Well, what an all-around athlete he is.
Well, we've got 10 minutes, 30 seconds left to play in the ball game, and now the Golden Gales trail by 9. Look at the big hole for Scott Sterling. And Sterling just fights his way to midfield. Brian Bradford, number 36, finally brought him down, but there was great blocking by that offensive line, and Sterling did the rest on his own.
Oh, a lot of fight left in the Queens Golden Gales. A little extra effort there by Scott Sterling, and boy, this game's not over by a long shot.
Haas goes to O'Doherty. He has another 1st down inside the 45 to about the 43. He picks up 12. Sterling picked up 19 on the previous play.
Well, they seem to really have the Dinosaurs off balance with this option play, and good block coming up by number 26, Scott Sterling, to spring O'Doherty for some extra yards.
Well, you notice that Colin Sheedy knocked him out. He's a Terry Fox Award winner. And I'll explain that in just a moment as O'Doherty tries to get outside again. And he goes down at about the 31-yard line. He'll have another Queens 1st down. I was talking about Colin Sheedy. The Terry Fox Award goes for humanitarianism, athletic ability, and scholastic ability as you look at O'Doherty.
Well, that's a pretty impressive award to win.
And O'Doherty is shaken up a little bit on the play.
You know, one of the funnier coaches, not just in intercollegiate football, but in all football, is Hargreaves, Doug Hargreaves, the head of Queens University. When all of his players missed out on getting on the intercollegiate Nestle's All-Canadian team, and he thought a few should, then he was selected as the coach of the year. He says, well, he says, we were doing all right till I won that. He says, as far as I'm concerned, he says, that's the one thing that could ruin us.
Was that his funniest line? All right, McKinnon is in, O'Doherty is out on 1st down for Queens. Some good ball handling there by Harrison as he hands off to Dale Clark, number 32.
Well, every once in a while, you have to hand it to that fullback to try and keep the defense honest. That's what that play was. They still picked up 7 yards on the play, and Dale Clark did a good job running that football inside.
Ball is inside the 25-yard line. 20-11, Calgary leads it with 9 minutes left in the ball game. And again, they give it to the fullback, Clark. He slips down at about the 23. They'll be short of the 1st down by at least a couple of yards. Well, this is a big gamble here. It's third and at least 2 yards to go. And if they don't pick up the first down, they could be in a mess of trouble with only 8:35 left to play in the ball game. Harrison keeps it himself and has the first down inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line.
Oh, Pat, that's just an excellent read by the quarterback, number 14, Pete Harrison, who suggested the linebackers had to try and string the play out. Brian Bradford did that, so that Pete Harrison, he has to cut it up inside. He does that, picks up the first down. Nice execution.
First down, Queens at the Calgary 18-yard line. Scott Sterling, the ball carrier, and he's tripped up right about the line of scrimmage. Kent Warnock was able to get a hand on him, I believe, and then he went down in the arms of Wayne Buteau.
Well, there's no question now the Queens offense is thinking 3-down football all the way, so even though it's 2nd and 9, you know they'll be using 2 downs to try and pick it up.
7:38 left to play in the ball game. Scott Sterling, the ball carrier, but there to haul him down was the defensive end, Kent Warnock, number 90.
Well, a little too far for a gamble here. They'll be attempting that field goal. Bill Barabol is into the ball game. He's their kicker.
And his field goal try will come from about the 24-yard line.
Well, with the score of 20-11, 3 points here will really help the cause, putting them only 6 behind. He's able to connect.
Variable's kick is good. So we are back to within 6 points again.
Well, I tell you, I've been impressed with the kicking game today of both teams. Greg Vavra setting that Vanier Cup record with 4 field goals, and Bill Variable doing an excellent job on that field goal there, as well as doing an excellent job today punting the ball out of bounds all the time.
So now the Dinosaurs are going to have to control this football a while.
Well, he got the kick off, but boy, the Calgary Dinosaurs came with the all-out rush and nearly got to that. Nevertheless, they do pick up the field goal, and we've got ourselves a 20-14 ball game.
Vavra is dropped back of the line of scrimmage by Phil Marsland, number 73.
Phil, one of the co-captains of the Queens Gold Gales, he does what he's supposed to do. The end has to keep that outside leverage and containment. He does an excellent job. Comes up with the sack. What a tremendous play. Defense has been the story. The offense has finally started to come on in the second half.
The Dinosaurs have only scored 3 points in this second half. They led it 17-3 at the half. Second down, about 18 yards to go. The pass was intended for Josh Borger, but it was John Corrigan who provided the defensive coverage.
Well, Josh Borger, he's furious. He feels his progress was impeded by number 18, John Corrigan. Let's have a look. No question, he makes contact before the ball arrives there. I think that's interference. Nevertheless, they are able to get away with it, and the Queens offense will get the ball back.
Clock is running with 6:10 left to play.
Well, I don't blame Josh for being a little upset on that one.
Vavra stands inside his 15-yard line to punt on 3rd and 18. Gets a high pass from center, hauls it down, and gets pretty good boot away. Norm Fenning returns the punt for Queens, and they will operate in Calgary territory at about the 51-yard line with 5:42 left in the ball game. 33 yards, the punt by Vavra, 12 yards, the return by Fenning. And now let's see if the Calgary defense can come up big.
Let me tell you, Pat, nobody is sitting down on the Queens side, and that is the east side of the stands. They're all standing.
Pete Harrison is at quarterback, and he's done a good job directing this offense. O'Doherty is inside the 45 to about the 44. Jamie Armstead and Darcy Kopp were there to bring him down. Pickup was 5 yards, and O'Doherty has picked up 145 yards this afternoon rushing for Queens. Pass goes to Sterling, and he's dragged down in the backfield by number 42, Chester Krala.
Oh, what an excellent play he made. The outside linebacker in that 3-4 alignment, Chester Krala, fought off the block, was able to come up with the tackle. An outstanding defensive play. Let's have a look at that. Lights off the block at Dale Clark and then able to bring Scott Sterling down. Boy, that quieted this crowd down in a hurry, didn't it?
It sure did, and it comes with 4:51 left to play in the ball game.
There's a lot of time left, though.
Third and 8, Bill Barable will be punting for Queens. The ball has been turned over. Queens has it. Tim Petras was not able to come up with the football. The Golden Gales will have it at the 10-yard line with the recovery by Harold Krebs.
Well, Pat, how many times do we say turnovers are usually the difference in the ball game? Number 71, Jim Pendergast down there is able to strip the ball loose and make the fumble recovery. What an opportunity for the Queens Golden Gales.
They will have first down at the Calgary 10-yard line with 4:24 left to play in the ball game. The pass goes to O'Doherty. And he's down inside the 5-yard line to about the 2. This has been a tremendous football game.
Well, Ross O'Doherty, he really almost does this on his own. Number 21, Colin Sheedy, had a good shot at him, but that's just a great individual effort.
Ball at the 2-yard line. Second down, Queens. Harrison keeps it himself, fumbles.
Ball loose.
Touchdown, Queens.
Can you believe it?
Got to take a look at this one again.
Well, no question. Pete Harrison on the quarterback sneak fumbled. And I'm not sure from this angle who we'll be able to see who recovered it. It's immaterial, though, as they have awarded the Queens Golden Gales a touchdown. They have tied this ball game up with the convert coming.
It may have been Steve Hudson, number 58, who recovered the ball. Harrison fumbled it as he got to the goal area.
Well, you know what they say, you'd rather be lucky than good sometimes, and that's certainly the case there for number 14, Pete Harrison. Boy, the Queens fans, they're just rocking and rolling over there on their far stands. They're having a great time. Their team has come back in the fourth quarter here, currently tied. There you have a look at them. They're having a ball.
They were down 17-3 at the half.
You know what? I'm having a ball, too. I'm really enjoying this game. 20-20, 3 minutes to play. Couldn't ask for a better ball game.
John Corrigan will hold for Bill Barable. It is good. Queens takes the lead for the first time in the ball game, 21-20.
We've we've got ourselves an interesting situation here. 3 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the ball game. Queens has now gone out in front 21-20. But the Calgary Dinosaurs, they've got that great passing attack with Greg Vavra. This game, there's no question it's over. He's kicked 4 field goals. All he's got to do is move his team down and get himself in field goal position. They have the wind at their backs. It's going to be a great finish.
You know, you couldn't ask for more. You've got the best player in Canada at the quarterback spot for Calgary. Guy's a tremendous passer.
It's like the old Frank Merriwell story coming up here.
Steve Hudson got that fumble in the end zone for the touchdown. Number 58, Steve Hudson. As a matter of fact, we got a camera on him right now.
Well, Pat, you called it. That's a great call. Probably the first touchdown of his career.
It won't be any bigger, I wouldn't imagine.
Well, that's for sure.
3 minutes, 32 seconds left to play in regulation time. Petras from his 15-yard line. And he gets out over the 35 to the 37.
Well, I'll tell you, 2 key plays, obviously. Jim Pendergast, and he was the one who recovered the fumble on the punt. And then you turn around and you go to the offensive lineman who pulls it up, Steve Hudson, 58, and he gets the fumble in the end zone. You got to say, linemen are doing a job for this Queens club.
They have played well. Lots of time for the Dinosaurs to come back now. Give is inside to Tony Spallettini, and he gets over the 40 to about the 41. He'll have a pickup of about 4 or 5 yards.
Greg Vavra obviously going for the element of surprise with a spread-out draw to Tony Spallettini.
All right, it's a 21-20 score in favor of Queens, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Steve Hudson, the man of the moment, jumped on the loose ball. How did it feel?
Well, didn't really realize it until after they announced that it was a touchdown that it really was. It was just sitting there, and I just happened to jump on it.
You know, offensive linemen don't get this chance too often, Steve.
No, especially in the College Bowl.
Congratulations.
Okay, thanks.
It is second down, 6 yards to go, Calgary. Vavra's pass is complete to Randy Guy. And Guy will have a first down for the Dinosaurs. That was a fine catch. He had to go right to the turf to dig it up.
Well, I've been impressed with number 14, Randy Guy, this afternoon. Runs some excellent patterns, and of course got the good hands as he scoops that one off the turf to pick up the first down. And boy, they needed that one, didn't they?
2:50 left to play in the ball game. 21-20. Queens leads it. Vavra's pass, no good. Looking for Guy again on the sideline. Second and 10, Calgary. The ball at their 50-yard line. The clock is now stopped at 2:43. Vavra today has completed 16 of 34 for 253 yards. But the story, from an offensive point of view, has been the running of Tim Petras. Vavra's pass is good on the sideline for a first down. Catch made by Mike Soroska.
Boy, he did an excellent job to keep those feet in bounds, too. Good throw by Greg Vavra. That's a long way to throw that out pattern. He did a good job there. But watch the ability of Mike Soroska to keep those feet in bounds. Excellent play.
21 yards, the pickup, first down, Dinosaurs. The ball at the Queens 44-yard line. And the catch is good to Randy Guy. Has the first down as he steps out at about the 32-yard line.
Boy, you have to appreciate the talents of this young man. Calm and cool back in the pocket there, and he's making some excellent throws on this drive.
He really does look like a pro passer.
Oh, he sure does. I'll tell you what, though, his receivers are doing a good job of running those pass patterns, keeping in bounds. They're doing an excellent, excellent job.
First down, Calgary. The catch is made by Soroska, and he scores the touchdown with 2:24 left on the clock. pass. Vavra to Saraska, and the Dinosaurs are back on top. A 32-yard strike.
Oh, you don't think those fellas on the sidelines are happy? The fans, they've come down all the way from Calgary. They're ecstatic here as Mike Saraska just makes a super reception. There's the fella right there, Greg Vavra, just put together an outstanding drive here to put his team out in front.
Vavra has just called a timeout. As the Dinosaurs have gone back into the lead. Look at the catch by Saraska. And then number 27 of the Queens Golden Gales, Ian Deacon, was not able to make the tackle, and he goes in for the major.
Right, that's a great style of offense, too. Greg Vavra rolled to the left side, and then what they call a throwback to his wide receiver. Saraska runs a good pattern, and I think the reason why Vavra called the timeout, they are currently 5 points ahead, and I think he wanted to discuss with Pete Cannellan whether to go for 2 points and try and make it an even 7 to be out in front, or whether to kick the extra point and just leave them 6 points out in front.
I think they're going to go for the 2.
Well, I think that's a smart play to do. 5 or 6 points really makes no difference. Boy, I'm impressed with the way he took his team down. They've been scored upon. Queens jumped ahead 21-20, and he was calm and cool in that drive, threw some excellent passes. Receivers did an excellent job, and they put themselves out in front again.
He was 4 for 5 in that drive. He's 19 for 37 on the afternoon for 318 yards. And the 2-pointer is good. Josh Borger picks up the 2 points. So with 2:24 left, the Dinosaurs go back on top by 7. What a football game.
It's been a great game. Just a great game.
I'll tell you, this is the best Vanier Cup we have had the opportunity to telecast, gentlemen. It has been good football by both sides, and the unfortunate thing is one of these clubs has to lose.
Oh, that's a good point.
A very gritty performance by the Queens Golden Gales. They just would not give up, and their defense has done a heck of a job. Could not stop the Dinosaurs on that last drive, but certainly kept them into the football game up to this point.
Jamie McKinnon, number 31, John Larson, number 19, are back to receive the kickoff for Queens.
You know, it's funny, the Dinosaurs took that ball with 3 minutes and 32 seconds on the clock. We're just down to 2:24 remaining. So in just a little over a minute, they drove all the way downfield for that touchdown.
575 yards total offense for Calgary, 299 for Queens. And we thank our statistician Bobby Layden and George Cootie for that. Now let's see if the Dinosaurs can contain this run back, because field position is going to be important for Queens. Mr. Everything for the Dinosaurs, Greg Vavra, will kick off. This will be Jamie McKinnon. And McKinnon is dropped as he gets to the 30-yard line.
Here's the man of the moment, Mike Soroska. Now, Mike, you fellas keep coming from behind, but this is ridiculous.
I don't know what's happening to us. The Queens clamped down here in the beginning of the second half, and they just made us clamp down even more ourselves, and we just had to come back hard, and we're working out to the last minute. I hope we can hold on now.
A great last drive, though.
Yeah, usually when we go into a fire or a quick offense, everyone starts concentrating harder and works harder, and I think it just worked for us this one last drive. Everyone put their last moves and everything in.
All right, thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
O'Doherty picks up about 5 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 5. Darcy Kopp was there to make the stop for the Dinosaurs. Ball is at the 37-yard line. The ball is loose in the backfield, and it is recovered by the Dinosaurs' Darcy Kopp. Calgary will have possession at the 31-yard line of the Golden Gales.
Well, I think that could be it for the Queens Golden Gales with 1 minute and 50 seconds left. Number 90, Kent Warnock makes the play as he knocks the ball loose from quarterback Pete Harrison. Darcy Kopp with the fumble recovery. And, well, what can you say? They came up with a great defensive play there. The offense did their job, and, of course, the defense came out. They get the turnover.
So it is first down for the Dinosaurs at the Queens 31. The pass from center was fumbled, but the Dinosaurs recovered. A minute 47 left on the clock.
Second and 10.
Darren Olson, number 43, recovered the ball for the Dinosaurs, so it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 31. Toss goes to Petrus. And he fights his way inside the 20 to about the 19 for a Calgary first down. Corrigan was there to make the tackle, along with Ian Deacon. The clock is running with 1:15 left to play. Calgary leads it, and it looks like they have wrapped up the 1983 Vanier Cup game. Petrus, the ball carrier, gets to the 15-yard line. And now we're under a minute.
Wow, what a story Tim Petras has been today. Only 408 yards rushing totally on the year. Today up in the high 200s, and what a performance he's had.
How many yards for Tim Petras today, Bobby? 259 yards rushing. What an unbelievable afternoon. Petras again, the ball carrier, stopped short of the first down with 29 seconds now showing on the clock.
Stop by number 56, Steve Gardner.
Vavra has 4 field goals this afternoon, which is a Vanier Cup record. He'll try for 5. Well, it's been a great football game, and you've got to be happy for Tim Petras because it was his fumble on a punt return that allowed Queens to go in, tie the game, and then take the lead. And then Vavra was able to bring them back for the go-ahead toss to Mike Soroska. But a very entertaining football game.
Boy, it sure has been. I've been impressed with the crowd here. They've had a great time. I love the pageantry of college football. The Queens fans certainly here at full force today with their university being so close to Toronto. But they've just had a lot of fun here.
Clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. Of course, the way this thing has gone, anything could happen if Queens ever block this. But they are allowing the clock to wind down, and now they're called on a time count violation with 8 seconds left to play.
Calgary penalized for delay of game.
Well, that was a good move. Wind the clock down as much as possible, and they still have a very makeable field goal.
Well, Queens have 2 players back in the end zone in case this field goal attempt by Greg Vavra is missed, and I'm sure you'll see some kind of fancy play. I might just put all 12 men up on the line of scrimmage and try it all out, block it, pick something up for a touchdown, but nevertheless, that's Doug Hargrave's decision.
A 21-yard attempt by Vavra is good. That's his 5th field goal of the afternoon. And so the Calgary Dinosaurs will win the 1983 Vanier Cup as they go out in front now 31-21 with just 5 seconds left to play in the game.
Well, we heard a lot of talk about Greg Vanier coming into this ball game, and of course our first opportunity to see him play. I've certainly been impressed with his performance, not only throwing the football, the new Vanier Cup record with 5 field goals. Just an excellent afternoon for he and the rest of his offense.
Congratulations to head coach Pete Cannellan and his staff, as the Golden Gales put one up there and complete it down to the 37-yard line. Connie Mandela comes up with the reception, but it's too little too late as the Calgary Dinosaurs defeat the Queens Golden Gales 31-21 to win the 1983 Vanier Cup. That's the final score, 31-21. This is Vanier Cup 83.